Welcome back, everyone, to Pentakill's League Season 3, Week 3, Game number 5, between the Shuriman Sand Soldiers on blue side and the Voidwalkers over on red. Tonight, I, DepressionMain, will be casting alongside Timmy T Don 4 as we watch the epic battle of G Cola and Nine Rain's teams here. We're starting off right in the pick ban phase, and the Shuriman Sand Soldiers have started off with a ban on Poppy.
Hey, DepressionMain plays a lot of Poppy, man.
Yes, he does. He also plays quite a bit of Shaco. So a Victor ban.
I think it's third jungler Jamumu.
For sure. Definitely taking away some comfort pick from Nuclear Rooster here. Both these teams are currently 1-2 on the season. Looking to go 1-1 on the season, I believe. 1-1 on the season so far. And we are looking to get an edge over one another. So we are looking at a Kiana ban away from Nine Rain. He is pretty proficient on that character, and they are looking to sort of stem the tide away from him getting out of hand like he did in his last game. What
was that final score he ended up going on, Kiana?
Something like he was Twitch, actually. He was 11 and something.
Oh, he was Twitch. You're right.
We're getting a heads up that we have no audio on the stream.
I have been seeing that. I can't tell if they're
I can't tell if they're trolling us or not. So I'm just going to continue as if we're not.
Okay. I don't think they are. Yeah, it's working.
Okay, it's working fine. We're good. All right. So we are seeing 2 bans, but no Shaco ban on the side of blue here. Pretty peculiar. I'm surprised that they didn't sort of prioritize that. Maybe they're just prepared to pick it first away from the tissue box. Kiddo is also a pretty proficient Shaco player, so that does make sense. And I expect we'll see the first pick Shaco right now. Yep, there it is. Wow. Kiddo will be playing Shaco, and the tissue box is going to have to find another jungler to take a look at.
I think he plays Mumu. I think it's his third chance Mumu, but I haven't really studied him too much. I don't know if Mumu was good at a Shaco, though. That does not sound like it'd be fun.
There's not many champions that are going to have a good time against Shaco one way or the other.
That's very true. Out of all champions, I feel like I'd want to play. I don't think I'd be like, yeah, a Mumu. Let me go something that's weak early game. I don't know. It doesn't sound...
For sure. That might be... That could be Volibear Jungle. We did see it previously from him. So that might be his answer, who is pretty strong all game, especially with dive comps for either counter ganking and or just trying to avoid Shaco entirely. Leona pick for Kraken Skulls here. That's pretty strong and right up his alley for engage comps. That's gonna really throw the game sort of in favor of roaming and making some pick plays, I think. But you're not giving up anything from team fights with either of these picks.
No, I really like the Voidwalkers early 2 picks. I mean, you get CC, you get 2 tanks. I mean, what more can you ask for?
Xerath, that could be flexed to mid lane, so we might see Kaiser 14 playing Xerath. We might see it from Nuclear Rooster.
I don't think I've ever seen Kaiser 14 play Xerath in his life.
He is definitely a well-known Xerath player.
Kaiser 14? Wow, is that what he's playing while he's down support? That's crazy.
Yeah. So
I knew the Morgana, but I didn't know he's been playing the Xerath.
Yeah, for sure. Xerath has been one of his comfort picks, and we're going to see that paired with Misfortune. It looks like. That's not to say we still couldn't see Nuclear Rooster playing the Xerath. They have the chance to grab a Morgana or something later on, but I'm guessing that's probably going in the bot lane. So G Cola is not going to play his comfort pick Samira, which is interesting. He'll be playing Misfortune into Leona Kate. That's a rough bot lane.
Yeah, does that sound fun?
So we got jungle and bot lane picked here. We're going to see a whole pile of bans probably into the mid lane for both sides.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Aaron maybe wants counterpick, but I mean, I don't know.
There's an Oriana ban. I expect that we might see maybe could be anything. Maybe an Echo ban or a Silas ban as well. Just we might see more top lane bans too. We could see a Teemo or an Orin ban to sort of limit what Zergrush Joe is able to do. A Zed ban, Nine Rain getting another one. I really think that they're sleeping on that Twitch that we just saw previously, which got really out of hand really quickly.
Or they're
So
just calling his bluff. They wanted to pick the Twitch.
they might want. So we'll see what happens. GP getting banned away. That does lead us to believe that Orin is probably more likely here. Lots of weird bans. I think two that I haven't predicted coming out of either of these teams with Zed. Okay, Akshan makes sense. We don't definitely don't want Nine Rain to play the bug champion. I think that one might be a ban in favor of Voidwalkers, perhaps, because his second auto attack is currently not doing any damage. We're waiting on the hotfix on that one. I think that they pick top lane here and just let Joe get his comfort.
Yeah, I mean, just blind pick the Orn. I mean,
for sure. There's not a lot of big answers for Ornn right now, and we are going to see Irelia for Nine
okay.
Rain.
So
That
I don't
is a
know.
big carry champion, and if he gets out of hand, he will get out of hand really fast and be able to carry the game.
But what are they having Joe counterpick? Like, they're giving counterpick to Joe?
Absolutely. And
he's in
you know
between
what?
the Teemo and the Orn dude.
You never know. He could pull out the mysterious Heimerdinger and or
The
Garen.
Heimerdinger.
We've seen him play 4 champions, all 4 of which he's pretty confident on. And Goober Reborn's definitely going to have his work cut out for him while he's getting counterpicked. And Corki for Nuclear Rooster, that seems like a no-brainer. He's such a strong hyper carry in the later game, and with this comp, Misfortune's a little bit stronger in the early game, especially around level 6. Shaco's really strong early game. And Aatrox in the top lane, a very heavily mechanically involved champion, very suited towards Goober Reborn's playstyle. I think that he'll be able to do really well on that. But that tells us everything we need to know about the Shuriman Sand Soldiers comp. And let's give it 10 more seconds here while Voidwalkers decide to pick the Ornn anyway. All right.
I don't know. I guess, hey, they got their comp they wanted, so.
Yep, and they've got the brothers here in the top lane. It looks like we are taking an official P break on the side of Voidwalkers. And then we'll be getting right into the game. So let's talk some team comps here.
Oh, dude, I like Voidwalkers a lot.
I love the Voidwalkers team here. They've got so much engage and disrupt.
I mean, they're just a go button. Their whole team is a go button.
For sure. They are going to be looking to engage, and shut down whatever the Shuriman Sand Soldiers can try and get away with here. Xerath and Misfortune are super backline characters who can easily carry the game by themselves if they get out of hand and are allowed to do what they want to do. But with Volibear, with Irelia, even with Leona and Ornn, the 4 characters that can just go in and get on them, that's going to be real tough for G-Cola and his lane mate to get away with.
They did. Yeah, they picked Xerath. He said Xerath.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said Xerath. Yeah. Yeah, they could have picked the Morgana here, to sort of get the direct counter to the Leona. But I like the Xerath here, honestly. I think with Xerath and with Shaco, there's a lot of surprise that they can pull, especially in the form of CC with Shaco boxes, with the Xerath stun, and with the Xerath slow, especially between the Xerath and Misfortune slows. They can command a lot more crowd control than you might expect. And looks like the P break has officially ended, and they're about to get into the game. So we'll be just waiting about 3 to 5 more minutes here before you guys get to see the action.
Whose comp do you like better, Cedric?
I definitely like the Voidwalkers comp a little bit better. They're really strong early game. They've got so much engage, and they can really escalate the game out of control so fast. Where the Shuriman Sand Soldiers are going to need to get some picks. They're going to need to play incredibly mechanically well in like the smallest of ways to sort of get advantages in each lane, or to just not get behind. If they can scale into the game 30, 35 minutes, if they can get that far in, there's no way that Corky gets stopped once he's got package.
I agree. I think a lot of this can be on Kiddo. I mean, he's on
For
his
sure.
champion. But he's. I feel like the lanes that he has to gank are gonna be so hard. I mean, Ornn's gonna naturally build armor, so the lethality is gonna get negated unless he goes AP. And then like Aurelia, I think is just gonna be able to be fine in lane once she gets lifesteal. I mean, Corky's not gonna really have too much kill pressure on her. I don't
I
know. I
think
don't know
this
how
might
you.
be a I think this might be a great game for AP Shaco.
I
Honestly,
think it has to be AP Shaco.
yeah, it definitely feels like a good potent AP Shaco game. So that Volibear, so that Ornn can't just build armor and then benefit from that outright.
Yeah, I mean, there is a Xerath. I mean, and Corky does split damage. I mean, but yeah, I think it's definitely an AP angle too. But I don't play Shaco, so don't quote me on this.
Yeah, uh, we have two Shaco one tricks going head to head here. So let's see if the Tissue Box knows how to play against his champion better than Kiddo knows how to play it.
The Shaco one tricks, man. We could honestly make this whole league a Shaco one trick league at this point. I
Oh
think like
yeah,
what, like
Post
four out
McClone's
of
in
the
there
junglers,
too.
right? Four junglers made
Oh,
Shaco,
for sure. Yeah.
or is it more?
Uh, I don't. I think it's only four. I think it's
I
only
think it's only
four of
four.
us. Yeah.
That's a big number. forty
That is a
percent.
big number. But, you've got the two of us and Citrone jungling for the Piltover Firelights, doesn't play Shaco. So, there's a few of us holding out. I
We're
think
holding out,
Noxus
man.
Black Rose has Kathan, who's Hecarim one trick. So there's a few of us here that still don't play the Shaco. I definitely want to see in this game. I want to see them try some level one shenanigans on the side of Voidwalkers. They managed to do it against my team in the last week, and it went super well for them. Honestly, Nine Rain got one of the first kills. He was then able to escalate mid lane out of control and sort of run the game on his own. So if they do that here, Nuclear Rooster's in for a rough lane, and then from there, everyone's in for a rough game. Irelia can be one of the strongest 1v9 champions if given the right head start. So I want to see level one shenanigans from Voidwalkers. I want to see them get Shuriman soldiers on the back foot, and from the Shuriman soldiers, I want to see them playing safe. I want to see them watch all five entrances. I want to see them back off. I want to see them take their half step back off of their vision so that they can sort of buffer that super hard engage that we're going to see from the Voidwalkers.
Yeah, I mean, if they can set up well, the streaming change shoulders, then that's a fucking tongue twister. Holy shit. The SSS, if they can set up well, I mean, they have a really good team fight. The Aatrox is going to be able to run rampant. MF can get a good ult. And I mean, if Xerath can do that backline damage, then if they can get away from the engage, they're going to be fine.
For sure. And with Corky, I think that you're allowed to sort of just control whatever you want on the map, objectives wise. You can, ward people off because that Corky package does more damage than Rumble Ult does if you're standing in it. So you can, either push people into Misfortune Ult, into Shaco, into the Aatrox nastiness, or you can push them away and just keep them, cordoned off from the rest of your team, who can then poke down and set up, the Shaco boxes, the Xerath stuns, and just sort of control objectives. So it's going to be really up to the skill of the Triple S here, and see if they're able to just pace themselves, take each fight, as they come, and then outmaneuver the Voidwalkers, who are just going to be hitting the big red button and running at them. And now we're definitely seeing the teams are all set up on their roles. Abstract on Caitlyn, Kraken Skulls, Leona. Nine Rain is on Irelia. We got the Tissue Box on Volibear, Zerg Rush Joe playing Ornn for the Voidwalkers. And for the Shuriman Sand Soldiers, we have Goober Reborn on Aatrox. We have Shaco on Kiddo. We have Nuclear Rooster playing Corky, G Cola playing Misfortune, and Kaiser 14 playing Xerath. So these two teams are both 1-1. They are looking to get the edge on each other. both teams have beaten my team and were defeated by the Piltover Firelights, I believe. So this will be a really interesting tiebreaker, sort of in the early part of the season here.
Yeah, it's going to say a lot about where these teams stand too. I mean, it's like they said in the chat. I mean, they both lost to the same team and they both beat the same team, so it's going to give them a little, little shoulder up on the other.
For sure. And this, this could set up the next few games for them in terms of mental. So, whoever wins this game is probably going to go into their next one thinking, "Oh yeah, we're playing for second, third, fourth, or even first." Depending on how cocky they feel. And then the team who loses this is going to be more on the line of, "All right, now we're gonna be on the push for playoffs here. We got to start buckling down and take a second look at some of these other teams that we're going up against." So that means losing teams coming after you there, Tim.
I know. I was literally just about to say. I mean, if the Frelier and Frostguard are 1-2, I mean, one of these teams is going to be above them. So hey, they might be thinking playoffs already.
For
3
sure.
out of the 9 games done with the season, a third way done.
This is definitely going to be one of those games that everybody's watching. Everybody wants to see which of these teams, which picks are going to be the threats to their team. And as we're looking at, we're only in week 3. We still got 6 more weeks to go. But now we're starting to look at, the race to playoffs, which teams are going to be, sort of in that wild card spot where they could end up there if, the right cards fall into place. And my team and I believe it is the Bilgewater Powder Monkeys are both 0-3. So we're on the hunt to scrounge up some wins against everybody that's left. So
For sure. I mean, you guys could definitely run the table. I mean, I think anyone still is. Nobody's knocked out. I mean, like we said, it's a third of the weekend. I mean, there's still a whole bunch of league left to play, but it definitely helps going 2-1 in the first third.
for sure, yeah. And I think as this game gets going here, we're gonna see a bunch of viewers out there taking a peek, taking a look to see, is Shaco a must ban against the Shuriman Sand Soldiers? Does DepressionMain have a more versatile champion pool than his solo queue might suggest? Does Zergrush Joe's Ornn need to be answered by something more potent? Does Kaiser 14 come in as the underdog of the century and just solo carry this game? I think a lot of these picks are going to come up in the pick ban phase of the next 6 weeks of games, especially the Shaco. I think.
Yeah, I really like to see the Shaco lose, if I'm being honest. I don't have any problem with the SSS, but I hate Shaco.
Yeah, you heard it here first, kiddo. When you watch this later, we know what you did, and you know what you did.
Like, god damn it, dude.
But if he didn't pick it first, the tissue box was gonna.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I don't. It's a great pick in this game for these two. I mean, you're taking it away from the other, and you're getting to play your main. So I get why he did it. I hope. I mean, if he pops off, I think this whole game is flipped upside down. Like the engage isn't going to matter as much if Kiddo's so ahead.
For sure. And we are definitely seeing an extra skin on the side of Voidwalkers, so I'm gonna have to give them the edge in this draft because Kaiser 14 without a skin here.
I'm telling you,
Definitely
he doesn't
weakens
play
them.
Xerath. I've known this kid for a while. I mean, maybe this year he's playing it, but it's just crazy to me. Like, I feel like he normally plays like Nautilus. Like, I mean, I guess.
All right, looks like the poll is in, and we have 70% in favor of Voidwalkers off of this draft. So that's significant. So place your bets, everybody. Put the money down. Everybody that puts money in towards this game won't see anything at the end of it, but I will use it for Pizza Hut afterwards. And so
Oh no!
we are short an item on MF, so G Cola pulling a me in this game. Honestly, you would expect that the captains would be a little bit better at that than the rest of the team. But it looks like he'll be able to get back safely if he finds out.
I wonder if he found out. Do you think he found out? I don't think he knows.
I don't think he knows yet.
Oh my god, he hasn't bagged. He doesn't know.
He'll figure it out. He's just under a lot of stress. These games can be really intense, especially
I was
when
gonna
you're
say this
playing
did
for so
happen
much.
to a jungler once in this league.
Yeah,
this season.
yeah, this definitely. I think he was able to pull it back though. His second camp really boosted his experience back in.
He doesn't know. Oh my god!
Miles,
I feel so bad for him, dude. How does none of his teammates realize it yet? Oh my god,
that's
this is
rough.
so tilting.
We definitely saw a lot of respect coming out of the Voidwalkers there. They could have pushed their advantage there. Their level 1 is so strong.
I can't believe this, dude.
Yeah, he's going to lane without items. He's doing it. He's going for it, guys. Pretty standard level 1. The Voidwalkers tried to push their advantage, didn't get so much out of it, but everyone's just showing a little bit of respect. Joe getting beat up pretty bad by the Aatrox in the top lane. He'll be all right.
I'd pay to be a fly on the wall in their Discord right now when he finds out he doesn't have items.
Oh, that is it. It is anxiety ridden right now, and I've been in his shoes. So, man, that was an interesting interaction there with the Corki being able to move around while
after
stunned.
the E. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of champions that can do that if they use their dash like right when they're about to get stunned or something like that.
Like with Auron, I expect it because it says special that he can do that. And Joe giving it right back to Goober Reborn up here. That's quite a bit of damage coming from the Auron. Nuclear Rooster bullying 9-Rain. Junglers both going for, it looks like, pretty quick clears. Shaco didn't go for the typical tap for a quick level 3.
Yeah, he didn't. I mean, he's not up top yet. You'd expect to see him around there around 3 minutes, so he's got still 10 seconds, I guess.
Late level 3 there, as he did Wolves. Wolves don't offer you enough experience after Raptors to give you a full level.
I like the W there from Joe, negating the W from Aatrox.
For sure. I think Joe is one of those underdogs that has definitely been stepping up and performing. He was the last overall pick in the league. But he's going toe to toe with some of these top laners, and he's showing that just because he was the last pick doesn't mean his skill difference is that big.
No, I mean he's definitely comfortable on his jams that he plays a lot. Like when he plays Teemo and Auron, he's living, he's vibing. I like the Q to check.
Yep, 9-Rain's pushing forward here. We got Shaco on bot side, Volibear farming on top side, so Shaco going for the early invade for, looking around. I think looks like
a 4-minute recall for Aurelia. Oh, yeah. She almost got stopped.
Yeah, Aurelia with the early recall. He's got sword, dagger, and a refillable potion off of that. So that is going to be probably just a mana refresh just so that he gets some tempo going there. He's going to lose most of that weight, but he got a little ahead early, so he's not feeling too bad.
Okay, we got a gank up top lane right here by the tissue box.
Yep, nothing really happening here. Yeah, I think Aatrox is playing safe. I think he saw him. I think he got spotted out there. But we'll see what happens as time goes on, because the tissue box is just trying to make it happen. Little bit of gankage happening here in the bot lane as Kiddo steps up. The tissue box going under the tower. That seems like a mistake as Goober Reborn pulls him out of the tower, forces the flash out. G-Cola stepping up with Kiddo stepping onto a Caitlyn trap, and Voidwalkers are able to get out on the bot side. 2 failed ganks, a little bit of XP being mooched by both of the junglers there.
I wonder if he back with 31 CS. I wonder what he gets now.
So it looks like we have a first back Moonquiver. So got the you know what? It was planned, calculated. He knew that this was gonna happen from the start. Early
honestly,
back.
He said, "I don't need fucking items to beat Abstract and Kraken Skulls." That's what he said.
That's what he said. We got some missing pinks coming down in favor of Voidwalkers here. They definitely missing their laners here. They're looking for something here. Nuclear Rooster is definitely feeling pretty good about keeping up with farm. As long as he's breaking even with 9-Rain, Corki is going to be a huge menace.
I think once 9rain hits 6 here, though, he has some kill pressure on the Corki. He still has Ignite up. Kiddo is in the area.
Stepping into the lane, just walking in. 9rain forced a flash out of there.
Oh, no! He was still invisible. That was a really good gank from Kiddo. 9rain went in for the Q, and as soon as he went in for the Q, he got the Shaco invisibility.
Oh, the Shaco box forcing away 9rain off of that off of that engage. Nuclear Rooster diving under the tower with flash and Wing out. And Corki picks up first blood.
That's big. That's huge. I mean, the Aurelia's gonna miss this wave coming in.
Tissue Box is about to be 3-on-1 here. He's in a bad spot, and there's a second kill going over in favor of the Corki.
Wow.
This scaling champion just getting so far ahead early, and he's gonna get out of control if they don't slow him down.
Yeah, I mean, he got 2 early kills. The first one set up perfectly by the Tissue Box. Not Tissue Box,
Kiddo. Quite a few tower shots there.
Yeah, he looks like he's gonna live.
Yeah, Kiddo setting that up super nicely.
That was huge. Like, he couldn't have done any better.
That Shaco box he left behind was so disruptful for 9rain's engage there.
And he disrupted the Q stack, too. I think 9rain was going to go in on that Q and probably hit 6 within the next minion and then have the all-in on Corki. So if Kiddo doesn't gank there with his invisibility, then 9rain probably gets the kill. And if he doesn't leave a box there, then 9rain probably gets a kill. Just 2 back-to-back, like, 200 IQ plays.
Looks like Ornn has begun stacking his Tear of the Goddess, which tells us that he's playing for Fimbulwinter. He's going to be disgustingly tanky with shields early on. I wouldn't be surprised if we see these shield-breaking items coming out on the favor of the Shuriman Sand Soldiers here.
Get the early drag, maybe?
Early drag.
Oh, no.
G-Cola coming in interrupted. Kiddo's here.
This is the stuff of nightmares. This is why I hate Shaco right here.
Oh
my god.
The smite to stay alive. Red team does end up getting the dragon here. That's huge for them. Kiddo's ultimate is broken in the pit, and Kaiser is poking out the Tissue Box as he runs away with less than 100 health.
Wow. I thought the Shaco box was going to trigger.
That is a huge gamble. Yeah, that just goes in favor of the Voidwalkers there. Forcing the Volibear to reset, but he did manage to stay alive and secure the dragon there. That is massive.
I can't believe he got out of that. That's actually nuts. Like, I think he gets the dragon. I mean, they're scaling.
You can't complain about that. That speed boost is going to be awesome for his team. You know, that's quicker resets. That's better avoidance of slows. You know, Aatrox has a slow. Corki has a slow. Xerath and Misfortune both have slows. And, you know, the fear from Shaco also is reduced with that. So you know that they're feeling good about that early dragon.
Nuclear Rooster is playing this lane really well. I mean, we saw just a second ago he backstepped another E from 9rain. I feel like he's just been doing that the entire lane. I feel like 9rain has no way in. Oh, speaking of which, he misses the E again. He expected him to Valk out.
Yeah, he expected him to flee, and Nuclear Rooster just stands his ground. He knows that he's ahead in gold. He knows that he can just stat check him. And,
it's crazy.
He's down about 10 CS. Yeah, he's down about 10 CS, but that means that he's only ahead 2.5 kills right now. And, you know, the gold difference is about 1,000 in favor of Corki right now. Everybody else is just about even. There's like a 500 difference here or there. But, you know, total gold difference is 1,500 in favor of the Sand Soldiers right now. And they're feeling pretty good.
I would too. Oh, he does rightly walk away from the Leona. She doesn't have any engaged follow-up. And this is what we were saying before Champ Select. If they could get ahead, the Corki's ahead. Kiddo had a good gank. Corki gets ahead. The whole game plan is like flipped for the red team right now.
Yep, Goober Reborn causing a little bit of problem at the Herald here, but solo laners coming in to sort of secure that. 9rain and Joe are just going to bully Goober out of here. No contest. Yep, that is going to be massive, especially if used in mid lane to sort of escalate 9rain back into the game.
And I think that's what they have to do.
Oh, for sure. They've got a few minutes to use it, so plates are still up for 3.5 minutes.
Is Joe's dead here?
And Goober Reborn just showing off how good he is on Aatrox with a flash forward, just able to punish Joe. Yeah, he managed to cancel the Ordy there, which was absolutely nuts.
Okay, Aaron. Yeah, he can't kill him. Can't do anything to him.
That is definitely going to be going to need something from either jungle or maybe the support could roam here to sort of support the mid lane there. A shutdown on that Corki would be huge.
Yeah, I think somebody needs to get it. I mean, if it could go to Aaron, that'd be great. He'd be right back in the game. So we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see
even if it goes to Volibear to give them a really good front line for the bot lane who's going even right now, that would be incredible for them. You know, a 600 gold shutdown right now with the 300 bonus available on Corki. We do have Irelia Flash available in case she gets doped.
Is he gonna stop his back? Oh, he stopped his back.
He did stop the back there.
Oh my gosh.
Goober Reborn's on reset. He does have teleport available, but with the new teleport changes, G-Cola just getting poked out there. With the new teleport changes, he's not able to join these 3v2s. So we're not seeing as much value as we could be out of that. And Kiddo and Nuclear Rooster just absolutely destroying 9rain as the rest of his team dives into the bot lane. Kaiser14 just completely trapped as he is butchered by Abstract and Cracked Skulls.
That was just a good setup bot lane. I mean, they needed that too. You see your mid lane is just getting ran down at this point.
Yep. They grabbed 4 plates and they're just going to take this tower. The whole thing is just going to disappear.
Did they get it before? It looks like they do.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, they definitely got time. Oh,
Kiddo,
Joe's going to try to...
Yeah, Kiddo pulling a prank with Shaco, finishing off Joe under the tower. That's really unfortunate, escalating Shaco even further into the game. And I think that one actually ends up on Corki, who is now on a rampage. 6-2 in favor of SSS. 2K gold lead in the same way. But bot lane, Abstract and Kraken could start making a difference here any moment. You know, they just spent a huge payload. The tissue box was a part of that. So we could definitely be seeing some escalation coming from strong bot side here.
Yeah, package is up in a minute. I mean, you got a good back off. Can we see items actually really quick too?
I see Noon Quiver, not a completed mythic on either AD carry here. We do have full boots on the Leona for some roaming. However, she is forced to flash under the tower as Kiddo is just absolutely punishing every attempt to move around in the mid lane.
He's having a game right now, man.
The tissue box is going to pick up the G-Cola here, I think. And he's going to give it to his AD carry, who just Caitlyn ult for the kill. G-Cola not having a great start to this game. He is 10 CS up, however. So he's doing pretty good there.
If they get this dragon, they're back in this. I don't think they really... They just worry about scaling at that point. Okay, Kiddo's here.
Yep, they're trying to disrupt blue side here. So Nuclear Rooster coming in with a big amount of damage and just absolutely destroys Kraken. The dragon is looking at a new target here. Kiddo is forced to go invisible. The tissue box is in a good spot for grabbing this dragon. Both junglers have already had to fight for health. Kiddo is just shredded in half by the tissue box.
Oh, the box didn't activate. He had a box on the dragon.
Goober's going for the dive. Zergrush Joe is looking to try and get a counter kill, but Goober Reborn is able to get away. Lots of action just now. The difference is still about 2K, but Voidwalkers are able to pull ahead with not only a shutdown on the Corki, but another dragon, which is just huge for escalating the game in their favor.
Yeah, I mean, not the end of the world if you're Voidwalkers. You did get the dragon. You gotta shut down on 9rain. He's gonna be able to get an item soon. It's not the worst case scenario, but
yep.
Goober Reborn is having a really good early game.
Yeah, Goober Reborn wasn't able to get any plates during that exchange. He did get a couple earlier, but he wasn't able to escalate that within the last 2 minutes. He just got that tower now, which opens him up to go travel around a little bit. It was the second tower, so it's not as beneficial for his team. But, getting the kill under tower is big. Now we have the Unleashed teleports available from both top laners, so we could be seeing some, massive 4v3s, some 5v5s coming out here. And I think, if that's going to happen, that's going to go in favor of the Sand Soldiers who want to sort of continue these fights, push the game to the brink of things as they
don't step forward and fight. Oh no!
Just a huge pick from Abstract. Abstract is playing so clean today. He is just all over. And Kaiser getting poked down, but he is saved by G-Cola's heal. Shaco is able to get out of there without a scratch, his clone taking the brunt of the damage there. But we have a 4-on-3 as Kiddo has to go and sort of heal up a little bit here. Kaiser's not in a good state of health either. The tissue box with Volley Barrel could be shutting down the tower and does. Slaps Kaiser out of existence. Xerath the Ascended has become Xerath the Fallen. Kiddo trying to alleviate some of this pressure. They're trying to save this mid tower, which could just open up the game for them.
Okay.
Everybody just sort of respecting each other's wishes. We're going to back off. We're going to, we're just going to show, we don't want to fight the Shaco. We don't know what he's actually capable of. We don't want to deal with Corki coming back. Teleports are available. And honestly, this game is just cracked wide open. It's anybody's game.
We haven't talked about the dragon yet, though. I think I am too, 2 seconds. But I think we haven't talked about the dragon yet. It is Hextech. I'm not sorry, not Hextech. Chemtech
it
Dragon.
Is Chemsoul.
We hate that.
We hate to see it. There's only one player in the league that actually likes the Chemsoul, and that is my AD carry, Brzink. Shout out to Brzink. You are wrong, buddy. This dragon sucks.
It's awful.
It is, and whoever gets this soul is going to be in a really good position to sort of win this game. Kraken Skull's getting caught here a little bit. Kiddo and Kaiser giving him some poke, but Abstract able to get him out of there, no problem. Yeah, for sure. This Chemsoul is going to be huge, massively influential in terms of what you have to do in order to get good vision, to sort of understand where your opponents are. And the dragon itself is incredibly useful. It's a tank shredder, so if, the Shuriman Sand Soldiers are able to pick some of those up, that will just mean hell to pay for Zergrush Joe and the Tissue Box who are playing big, beefy tanks. Even Kraken Skull is going to feel the affliction on that. Those big frontliners are going to mean a lot less as they sort of get ahead in fights. The ability for Kiddo and Nuclear Rooster to sort of pull that back into their favor is going to be huge if they manage to get some of these. And alternatively, if the Voidwalkers start getting these, that soul is going to be massive for them. If they overextend, they get to keep overextending. They get to bowling ball their lead forward and sort of just crash through the game, back into their favor, even if they're down, a kill or two in the fights.
Yeah, this dragon's very big here. It's about to be up in a minute. So if they can get that, they force soul point, they force them into bad fights. That's their way back in.
For sure. And I think the 5v5 from the blue side here is going to be potent enough that they could be fighting for these dragons if they show up as 5, if they get the early vision, if they use Corki package appropriately. The Tissue Box is just not going to allow that here. We see his ult in, he's getting CC'd down, and he stands in the misfortune ult. Kiddo's ult is down here. Kraken Skulls trying to weave in and out with the CC. Zergrush Joe having to force out. 9rain diving too far in and getting punished. His whole team is sort of on the run as Xerath pokes him down. Oh, Nuclear Rooster. Nobody blocks for him as Abstract picks up a huge Caitlyn ult kill. Holy crap.
Blue team had a really good fight there.
Yes, they did.
I don't think they...
Still grabbing
they can get the dragon, it looks like.
I think Red Side, you just give this up at this point. You lost the fight. You don't need to lose more. Abstract picked up a nice kill. He uses heal to get himself back to safety. Zergrush Joe is looking for something. The tower falls in the mid lane. It was just one tap, so Goober Reborn said, get it out of here.
No way he steals this.
The Tissue Box is looking for it. He wants it. He smoked for health, but he was unable to get that dragon back. And the first one... don't get me wrong, I love dying for dragons, but once you've lost the fight, just let them have it. Grab something else on the map. Grab Vision for Baron, push top lane tower, push, even bot lane, grab a wave, grab a mid lane wave, do something else. Because once you've lost, priority, you're probably going to lose more if you try to force that in.
They did fight that without Kate beating there. That's pretty crazy. She's most of their kills.
And Kate even got a kill in that fight with a huge ultimate. That was amazing. Getting another shutdown onto the Corki, I believe. Just absolutely nuts.
Really good plays, though, from Blue Side. Blue Side's playing these fights very, very well. Like, they're using their engage right. They're walking away when Zergrush Joe ults. Like, I don't know how you get back in for Voidwalkers with these engage. You have to go on someone and just stick to one target, I think.
For sure, you have to full commit, and we saw a little bit of walking in and out from a lot of the Voidwalkers there, except for Nine Rain, who full committed and then was butchered by the 5-stack team in the Chem Fog. But again, you can't see that, once you're out, and they're diving, big dive here from the Voidwalkers trying to get something. Kraken Skull's forcing himself onto G Cola, but he's farther back than everybody else. They do manage to get the tower. Shelly's going for tick 2. Abstract caught by Kiddo, but he's going to be so big right now. Kiddo is just barely doing his Shaco tricks, and Goober Reborn runs down.
He gets his shutdown.
That is an absolute destruction. Zergrush Joe pushing the bot lane, 4 for 0 on that. Shaco is just so slippery. And Goober Reborn backs to answer Zergrush Joe there as the other 4 members of the team pick up Baron.
Man, Kato's having himself a game. I mean, Nuclear Rooster's going off. I wouldn't be surprised if he has most damage in the game by far.
For sure.
I don't think there's any chance.
We're seeing some massive gold leads start to build up here on the side of blue. We got 3,500 in the favor of Aatrox. We have only 300 in favor of Shaco. 2K in favor of Corky here, and Abstract is obviously holding his lead rather well, with being 5-1 with 2 shutdowns on the Kate. So
they were banking on the dragons, and I mean, when they lost that 3rd dragon, it's kind of like, well, what do we do now? Because they were relying on that so hard.
I think here they go for a jungle fight. They get a jungle pick. They force the Baron play out of the lanes, so you're not getting as much out of the minions, and you try to get some, even if it's just a delay a game fight, where you're just wasting time, so that your opponents can't get a huge Pizza Hut power play bonus from the Baron. Let's take a look. Massive vision score difference in favor of Kraken Skulls here. Kaiser only having 24, and Kaiser getting caught because of that vision difference right there. Kraken Skulls watching him on a ward, able to Leona ult and shut him down.
That was a really good Leona ult too. I mean,
that was just perfect.
He couldn't move. Xerath couldn't even move. He had flash up, couldn't do anything.
Yep, and that's exactly what you want to see from Voidwalkers right now. Picking people off in the jungle, outside of the lanes, where Baron buff doesn't do anything for you. When there's 4 people, your little bonus to stats isn't going to matter that much.
Aaron is, oh no.
Relia getting forced out of the lane. Nuclear Rooster just absolutely massive with that ult.
He's got 3 items. Aaron doesn't even have 1. He has 1. He has Borg.
He's got his Borg. No Mythic from the Irelia there. And Abstract is on 2 items now too, which is pretty big. But that Corky is absolutely massive. He's got everything he could possibly want. And look at that chunk onto Leona.
That's like
2/3 health.
Oh my gosh. This build is just so ridiculous. The Luden's Echo, I mean, you get
Absolutely.
I believe it gives magic time, doesn't it, Luden's Echo? Pretty sure it
does.
For
sure. Yeah, captains watching out there, you're definitely not going to want Nuclear Rooster to have this Corky. I know.
He just looks so good on it. He playing the fight so well. He's weaving in and out.
Just getting absolutely blasted by those ultimates. Oof. And Kaiser picking up the kill. Oh my goodness.
That's tilting. And they land the stun on Kate. Oh my gosh.
That's big. And that's just the Chem Fog stepping in for you, because you don't get to see what's happening there.
Gotta love this map. You just gotta.
Yeah, with those Kate traps, as long as they're avoiding them, you can't see anything in that fog. And we're seeing Kraken push up a little bit too far, I think, here, trying to get some more vision. He's getting chased down, but we're also seeing a fight in the top lane. Cooper Reborn fighting against Zergrush Joe and Nine Rain.
I think he wins this.
I think he 2v2s. Yeah, I think he 1v2s these guys here. As Kraken does escape that pick there. Nine Rain pushes up a lot of damage. Coming down. Ornalt.
Okay.
Is secured. Big shutdown in favor of Irelia there.
That was huge. I mean, he had Lethal Temple proc. He had the Ignite up. He knew that he could get the lifesteal reduction down on Aatrox, and he just took his fight. I mean,
for sure.
I wish Joe would have ulted a little bit earlier there, and maybe it wouldn't have been as close, but that's huge. That's a big shutdown on Aaron, so that's him to get back into this.
And we did see blue side here, Shuriman Sand Soldiers are taking all the towers that they can. Baron buff has ended, so we are going to be looking for, the next Baron power play. Thank you, Pizza Hut, for sponsoring that power play there. But, they picked up a dragon in that fight. They picked up 2 second-tier towers in the bot and mid lane. So trading that for 1 kill is not that massive.
Missed the D again.
Exhaust is just going to force him, to do absolutely nothing there. And Kaiser 14 survives as 9rain is killed. No shutdown available yet for that, but that's big.
That's huge.
We're looking at an 8.5k gold lead in favor of the Sand Soldiers here. Big shutdowns available on the Corki and MF now. G-Cola could be a big target because he is not very strong on the MF, considering that she's one of the squishiest, very difficult to escape with 80 carries with just a slow available. But I believe he picked up Kraken Slayer, so no Gale Force available to sort of maneuver out. So we could see some plays being made around diving for G-Cola here.
Yeah, I mean, he is very squishy if they can get to him. I don't know how they're going to, but they can definitely try. I think the Corki just puts out too much damage to where if they try to get into that fight.
Goober's real close. He might stop that back. He does.
Oh, he does.
That is just BM from Goober.
Is he going to do it again? There's no way
he might. He might. He's looking for it. He's hanging around.
Yeah, he's not going to do it again.
He's not.
He's
going to let it go. He is looking for Irelia here, though. The sweeper saving 9rain's life there, I believe.
That's where you love to see an emo from Aaron, but he didn't do one. I'm surprised. Definitely thought he'd give him the thumbs up. Really?
Okay, DepressionMain getting caught in the jungle here. Kiddo managing to make a whole bunch of damage happen super fast. His ult might not save him here from 9rain, and 9rain picks the correct Shaco. Big team fight as Misfortune all comes down and starts blowing through Zergrush Joe. Nuclear Rooster just barely surviving in the background, and 1 for 5 over the red buff started all of that as Kiddo wanted it, and so did DepressionMain.
Yeah, I mean, they marched down mid. They're probably going to get him. I
this
think
could
Kiddo
be
just
game.
had a really good game. It might be.
This could be game right here.
Is this going to be cracking skulls up in 14 seconds? I think they have enough time. We're going to see.
Nope, they're gonna leave it at the inhib. They're gonna go for the Baron, I think.
I don't blame them. You never know what could happen there if they try to force for it. They're just playing it safe.
Moving as 4. They don't want to. They're sending Kaiser to the top lane to sort of pressure that tower out. But yeah, it looks like they're gonna just go right for the Baron here. And I don't see a way for the Voidwalkers to contest this.
No, there's no way they can get here in time.
Absolutely massive pick from not only Kiddo, but his whole team following up on that.
Yeah, all the damage was there. I mean, Kiddo had a good engage on it. Kiddo even gets the smite. He gets there the last second and smites away the Baron. So,
yep,
it's just a really, really, really good game from Kiddo on the Shaco. You love to see it.
And now we're looking at Dragon coming up in just less than a minute. Lots of pings coming down from blue side here about that Dragon. And Voidwalkers are just going to start, revitalizing their vision line. Cracking skulls with a 77 vision score now, double anybody else in the game. Kaiser's starting to pull back a little bit, looking at 40 on in favor. But we're seeing, just a massive lead. And it feels like they're almost unstoppable at this point on blue side here.
I agree. I mean, they're 12k ahead. They're 12k ahead. They got the 2 hex. I keep calling it hex tech. Chemtech dragons. I mean, there's just not many ways way back in this. I just don't know what they do.
They're able to pressure the bot lane and secure this dragon here.
Joe is gonna be able to push out bot, I guess. I mean, if they can get these waves, maybe there's. I mean, I don't know how, but maybe there's.
Yeah, if they're able to draw this out, they can definitely, itemize with the ornaments. Get some extra power behind their main carries. We want to see. Right now we have the upgraded Divine Sunderer on Irelia. We got Shaco making a big play here, just absolutely deleting him, just non-existent. The main carry of the Voidwalkers just killed in less than half a second there. And this is going to be a fight to save the game. You know, we got 3 pushing down in the mid lane, and Irelia's making a play, trying to catch somebody out over here. The tissue box deleting Kaiser 14 on a big play. 2v1 in the top lane. 9rain is not able to secure G-Cola, but he did go for the kill on him rather than try to deal with Goober Reborn in any capacity, but just gets picked off. 1 for 1 there overall, really. They're pushing out top lane here. Both waves crashing mid and bot. So we might see a triple inhib here, depending on what the tissue box and team are able to sort of produce. G-Cola getting dove on. That could be a big shutdown for them. Leona ult misses just a little bit, but the Ornn ult picks up the kill. 3 people diving down onto Goober Reborn. He is just so tanky and healing so much. Is he able to get out of this? Oh my god, uses the blast plant to secure his life. But Nuclear Rooster just one-shots the Leona and the Caitlyn. And then the tissue box as Kiddo joins him for some assassinating.
This Corki damage is just nuts. It's too big.
He hit level 16 and he said, "You do not get to survive anymore."
My
and Kiddo score padding by killing 9rain as well. This is why you banned Shaco if you're on red side. Zergrush Joe, so tanky, but just so unable to kill these guys by himself. And that is going to be game in favor of the Shuriman Saiyan soldiers. They go up to 2-1, sending Voidwalkers down to 1-2. Who do you think the MVP was?
I mean, it's gotta be. That sucks, because I want to give it to Rooster, but I feel like Kiddo is the reason that Rooster got that early kill, which kind of like accelerated it. I'll give it to Rooster, just because Rooster probably had the most damage by far, but I think Kiddo also played like extremely well and got Rooster in the position to carry.
For sure. I'm going to have to give it to Kiddo here. You know, he just made so many things happen in the mid lane early on. He knew Rooster was going to be his main carry. He knew that was the way to get this game out of control, and you know, he capitalized on it and was able to slow down the other lanes too, and made so many big plays happen. You know, picks around dragons, around Baron. Just an overall great game from Kiddo, playing his obviously most comforted champion.
Yeah, and again, no hate to Kiddo. I think he honestly got Rooster in the position to carry, but I just really good game from SSS here.
Absolutely. Well, this is DepressionMain and Tim Tdon4 signing off. GG, guys.
GG.